Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel, and can you believe it? A third mod spotlight video this week. It's been a crazy week for mods, I gotta say, and I'm quite pleased with it because it's good to see that we're finally getting some innovative mods that are doing things differently in the game. I really appreciate that. So today we are going to be looking at the Huddig pack, and This is something, guys, I gotta say. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you, this is gonna be a long video because there's no way in hell I know how to make this video short and explain everything to you guys. So the tractors themselves we had to look at, but also all of the tools that come with it. Some of these are self-explanatory. Some of these, I'm gonna be honest with you, in the store, it doesn't tell you what any of these do. So I'm going to go over each and all of the ones that you may not know and show you what they do, like these first two here. Obviously, we're not going to go over the pallet forks or these or anything like that. Some of these we may, like, we have a field roller here. There's a mower. That's a stump grinder, and I can pick that up. I can. Are you serious? Interesting. This is an asphalt cutter. Okay, I can pick all those implements up. That's cool. I like that. Can't pick that one up though. These here are all the buckets for the backhoe. That's a pallet fork for the backhoe, oddly enough. We have a log grapple. That's pretty self-explanatory. I know we're missing something. Over here, yeah. Okay, so we have the roto tilt tool. This is a very cool one that it really had me scratching my head, but I figured it out. This is a tree cutter. And this is a sapling planter. And this here, this is actually a trailer that came in the pack as well. So that's everything in the pack, guys, and these are the actual wheel loaders. This one here has a lift or a boom on top of it, and this one here does not have that. So let's take a look at these machines, shall we? Okay, so let's hop in this one first. Now, don't get too used to this, guys, because I don't usually do this in-depth of a mod spotlight, but with this machine, I felt like I really wanted to because, you know, I know a lot of people may be scratching their heads about some of the things about this, and if I can help, then, yeah, why not? So, let's take a look at first thing. So, your triangle button on PS4 is going to control the different tools. So right now we have the front loader, and just like any other front loader, L1 up and down, left and right on the right stick. Right, pretty simple. So if we hold R1, I think this opens the back window. Yeah. Animation's a little weird because it kind of clips into your guy's head, but that opens the window. And L1 R1 does control the backhoe, even though we don't have the backhoe selected, oddly enough. But L1 R1 and left and right on the right stick actually swings that back and forth like that. And up and down will put out your support, so when you're using your backhoe, you don't have to worry about tipping over or flipping it. Okay, so let's move on to the backhoe portion. Left trigger down, left and right on the right analog stick, and as you can see, that's damn near a 90-degree angle that'll turn both ways. So this thing is going to be very maneuverable no matter what you're trying to do with it. and up and down. Move the main arm up and down. So R1 and the right stick up and down. We'll move kind of the secondary arm up and down like that. And L1, R1 will tilt the implement for you. So let's take a look at the inside of the tractor, shall we? Pretty nice. I mean, NMC modding, they do really good work. You know, detail-wise, everything looks really good. And one thing that I thought was interesting is that this has dual inside cameras. So right now we're inside, but if we click the camera button again we're inside. So we can actually set this camera to a different angle, like say right out the back. And now we're outside. Inside facing forward, and click it again, now we're facing the back. So that's pretty cool, and especially because we could change the driving direction. But that's pretty cool. And let's take a look at those beacons. Look at that. That's really cool. I like that a lot. I like shiny things. Okay, so let's move this one out of the way. And get into the next one. Now this one is the exact same as that one, except it's got this lift on it. So what you're going to do, L1, X, unfold tractor. And now as you can see, we're in the bucket of the lift. So we're going to select the lift, L1, up and down, moves the arm up and down, and left and right, moves it left and right. Now the cool thing about this is that it turns in a full 360 degrees. So the maneuverability of this machine is just really awesome. So yeah, as you can see, it total freedom of whatever you want to do. So R1 extends the arm, and it extends pretty far, as you can see. Now L1, R1, and the right stick left and right will move your bucket. And the camera is horrible in there, but and as you can see, I mean, you can get man, like almost vertical with this. Now, an interesting thing is, if, let's say we tab out of here to this one. Okay, so that's fully extended, right? I'm pressing the square. I cannot get in the tractor. You cannot get in the tractor with that extended. So if it's down enough right at an angle, you can actually climb the beam, or you can just tab over to it. Like so. Now, another question is, what is the point of this bucket, right? Well, when we're in the bucket, if we press the square button, there we go. We're in the bucket. We can move around a little bit. And we can do this. Give me 1 second. If you want to cut a tree, cut a tree. So, again, is it something that, you know, you have to do? No, it's definitely not something that you have to do. You know, you can cut a tree from the ground, but, you know, if you're looking for a little bit more realism and you want to cut a tree in sections and you want to start at the top and work your way down, you can do it. And I think it's great that we finally have a tool like this that we can actually do something out of a bucket, because really, I 100% agree. There would be no point in having that bucket if you couldn't do something out of it. So I think that's really cool. So now let's take a look at these in the store, shall we? So they are under wheel loaders, and we have the 1260E cable and the 1260E city. Now the only difference between the cable and the city is the lift. Both of these tractors have the same exact options on them. So we're going to take a look at this one. Now it does have some custom colors. So it has the basic red, which it is. We have Huddig blue, Huddig black, Huddig yellow, Exacut edition purple, which that's pretty cool. I like that. Then we have Huddig gold, which is kind of like a metallic gold to it. Gray matte, that's a pretty nice one too. And white. And the rim color is pretty much all the same colors, and the design color as well. So this is the one thing that is also kind of confusing in here, because where it says type, this is actually your wheel setup. So right now these are Trelleborgs, and with the rail, this is a Trelleborg with the rail system where you can drive this along the railroad tracks, which we'll take a look at that at the end of the video. Now you have your NMC heavy duty tires city, and NMC heavy duty tires with the rail. And now we have your Nokians with the rail. And we have the Muddy Mary, which are tracks, and obviously because how low it sits, you can't get those with the rail. Floor mat configuration is just like that. You can kind of see the floor mat. It's got like ridges on it, and if we select the floor mat textile, you can see it changes that in there. And then we have the light configuration. That's the standard. We have light configuration, which kind of puts that light bar on it, where you have lights all the way around the cab. And then you have that same configuration, but with the beacon. So yeah, base model, $220,000 for the city, $250,000 for the cable. These take up, I believe, 23 slots if you're on console. So, while we're here in the store, let's take a look at where we're going to find the actual tools. So, first set are going to be in the wheel loaders. And this is going to be a long scroll over because the CSC pack is quite large. Okay. So you have the tilting coupler. We're going to take a look at this one. The lift arm, we're going to take a look at this one next. You have the pallet fork. You have the bucket. Now, all of these type of things, the forks and buckets, they do have straps on them. You can strap things down to them, so that's pretty interesting. But again, just to save my time, I'm not going to look at every single one of these. I'm just going to look at the ones that maybe you don't know what they do. So the other ones are going to be under miscellaneous. These will be a lot quicker to get to. Okay, so we have the adapter. Now what this is going to do, this is going to take your backhoe, and if you put this on, you can use any of the front loader attachments on this. Okay, so we're going to take a look at that in depth, and that's pretty cool. This is a field roller. This will delete your fields. This is a mower, mows. This attacher plate, I believe what this does is it lets you attach this to a trailer. So we'll probably take a look at that a little bit later as well. Stump Grinder does what it says. Asphalt Cutter. This is one that's you're going to scratch your head on. Basically, this is a very tiny plow. And we will take a look at this one. Then we have all the buckets. And 840 liters, 840, 1400, 380, 800. So, not huge. That's the biggest one. Backhoe Forks. That's interesting, right? The rotor tilt. This is one that really had me going out of my mind trying to figure out what this does. But once I figured it out, it's really cool, and we'll go over that as well. Log grapple, again, pretty self-explanatory. Cutter head. This is going to cut your trees down just like a forester would. Forester, I believe they're called. Maybe not. And a tree planter, which we'll take a look at that as well. And also, we have the trailer for it. I think I passed it. Yep, right there. Holds 4,000 liters, 8,000. As you can see, it holds everything. It says it's a tipper, so maybe this tips. I'll have to check that out. I didn't actually look at that. So now that we know where everything is and where to find everything, let's actually take a look and see what these things actually do, okay? So the first thing we're going to look at is the Nmc Lift Arm. So this is kind of the only issue that I have with this. Every time that you hook up to a tool, it's on that tool, and when it's on the tool, you can't use the arm. You have to actually switch it back to the front loader. So that's a little bit annoying, but it is what it is. So now we have to switch it back to the actual tool, and R1, you can extend this. Okay, so you're probably thinking, okay, so what does that do? Put it back on the front loader. Lower that down. Let's lower it down a little more here. And as you can see, it you can hook onto trailers with it, and you can hook onto any trailer. It doesn't matter if it's a pin hookup or if it's a ball hookup. You can hook onto any trailer with this. And you can extend it. Is that? Wait, what is happening? What is happening? That extends? See, I haven't hooked up to this yet, so I don't know. Let's... Yeah, okay, that's weird. Okay, that's kind of funny. But yeah, guys, that's what this does. And also, this will attach to your bags as well if you have the bag attacher mod. Okay, so there's that. Let's move on. Okay, so the next thing we're going to look at is the tilting coupler. And again, this is kind of one that I'm not exactly sure about the use of this. What it's exactly for. But if we zoom in on it, and L1R1, this whole thing tilts left and right. So again, I'm not really sure what the purpose of that would be, but just to put it in context, we got a manure fork here. We'll hook onto that. And so you can kind of do that with it. So I'm not exactly sure why that will be useful, but that's what that does, guys. Alright, so the next thing we're going to look at is the adapter, and that's for the backhoe. Kind of just get that in position. So now that bucket, that is for the front loader. That will not attach to the backhoe. But if we put this on, and if I can... that's going to be the bane of my existence, I'll tell you. Sorry guys, you gotta bear with me. This is like the third time I've made this video. I've had a horrible time trying to make this video today. But we don't give up. We keep at it. So as you can see, now we have that big bucket on here. Oh, and it went to the bucket again. Oh boy, that's so as you can see, we can tilt that. Like so. And that's what that adapter does, guys. Okay, so the next bit we're going to take a look at is the attach plate. And again, this is for the backhoe. Hook onto that. Ah, I'm getting better. Try to get that in place. And again, guys, so now I don't know if this is actually going to work with this one. I didn't think of that, but we'll try it. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. Yep, it's telling me it can hook up. So that's what that is. That's basically so you can, you know, why isn't this working? So now you can move your trailers around with your backhoe. So again, guys, this is going to be one of those things that if you get it, you know, it's going to be like an all-in-one thing. It's going to be so handy around the yard, just moving things and stuff like that. And, you know, yeah, it's really awesome. Like, the things you can do with it are just unbelievable. You can see, guys, this is why this video is going to take so long, because it's just impossible to show you all these things in like under 20 minutes. So the next thing I'm going to show you guys is the roto tilt tool, or the rotor tilt, I should say. Okay, so let's kind of zoom in on this thing, shall we? So this is a very strange one that it took me a while to figure out what the hell this thing did actually. So as you can see, if I press L1, R1 up and down, so it's got that thing going where you can grab things with that, like maybe logs, or I really don't know, to be honest with you. If I go R1, this whole thing will swivel, turn right around 360 degrees. Okay, now that is something that is important. If I go L1, R1, and up and down on the right stick, the whole unit will tilt left and right. Now, honestly, I feel that this is probably going to be a must-have for your backhoe, for one simple reason. Why is that doing that? Oh, okay. So I can actually... That's not something you can't. So with this tool on, you can still hook on to all of your implements. Oh, damn it. right? So everything works fine. You can tilt it that way. You can... Now that's the big thing right there. We can rotate this out now. So if you have the pallet fork on here, or this thing here, now that's... No. It's going to take a while to get used to the controls of this, for sure. But yeah, so you can rotate that now, that bucket. And you can kind of scoop that way. So I really think that this roto tool is going to be probably the most important thing to have for your backhoe. I mean, I can't see you running this without that little tool. And like I say, I don't really know what it can grab. The only thing I can think of is maybe a tree. So I guess there's only one way to find out, right? Cut the tree down low and see if it will hold it. Okay, so it's holding it, but now, it's kind of slipping out of it, actually. So let's So I don't actually know how well that would work. Yeah. I don't know. I don't really know what that grab would be good for, actually. If you guys know, leave it in the comments and let me know. I believe the last thing we're going to take a look... Well, no. The next to last thing we're going to take a look at, actually, is the tree planter. So we're going to just back up to here and refill that. Zoom in and you can see the little saplings in there. So what I will do is I'll show you in the store real quick. Under pallets, scroll on over and right here the NMC pallet saplings. Right there, 40 pieces. Now again, this is one of those things that I'm not so sure that I would actually use this to plant. But that's just me. You know, obviously, if this is how you guys want to do it, that's fine. Okay, so let's just lower this down. Turn it on. And we're planting. Now, I will say that no matter what you use on this, whether you have the mower on here or the roller or the planter, it'll do it full out, full speed. And that's it. That's already 40 of them. So that's the tree planter. Now, this is again kind of one of those weird ones that I don't really understand the purpose of it. Now, when you say to me asphalt cutter, I think of those big like saw blades that the road crews use to cut up asphalt. But basically all this is a very thin plow. So it says allow to create fields, right? So we'll do that and put it on the right thing here, and we'll drop it down, and you can see it's plowing, kind of. I mean, it's leaving a lot of misses, and I think it's down all the way. Yeah, even, you know, it doesn't matter how far down you put it, it seems to leave a lot of misses, but it kind of plows. Again, I have no idea why you would want to plow in such a thin line. You know, maybe you want to write your name in the dirt or something, or maybe you want to make like a go for racetrack. I really don't know. I don't know what the purpose of this would be. You know, I mean, I guess we could just plant canola there and have a little pretty canola field going all up here, kind of weird, crazy like. But yeah, that's the asphalt cutter, and again, I have really no idea what you would do with this. So that's all of the tools, guys. That's all the implements that I wanted to show you that, you know, I thought were not obvious what they do because they don't say in the store. So the only thing we have to do now is take a look and see how this thing runs on the railroad tracks. So let's see exactly how this works and if it works, shall we? Let's kind of get it lined up. And okay, so we're not on the tracks. It's hard getting this thing straight for some reason. Don't think this is going to work. I don't know. The issue is it even worth it? Oh, wait. It looks like we're on. Okay, we're on. Okay, so it's a little tricky to get on the tracks, but once you're on the tracks, now will it just follow the track? I shouldn't have to steer this. Gee, it's on the track. No, this back one isn't, I don't think. Okay, so it's not perfect. It worked for a little bit, but like I say, I don't really see me using that too much anyway. But it's a pretty cool thing to have on there. So, oh, you know what? Let's take a Those are the beacons, by the way. Alright guys, so this has been an extremely long video, and I apologize about that, but like I said, I really didn't know how to do a short video about this thing. There's so much on it, so that is where we're going to end this video today. If you liked the video, if you found it informative, please give a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not subscribed to the channel. As always, thank you guys for watching, and we will see you next time.